Hey everyone, welcome to Wiki University. I am your professor, Kyle Burseth, dean of this fine, beautiful institution of learning. This is the podcast that combines learning and stupidity. So if that's you, you're in the right place. As always, I am joined by the guy who's always at the front of the class with his hand raised, begging to be called on. Just begging for it. Jheisson Nunez.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Wiki University, and if it's your first time here, thank you. And for the returning, welcome back again.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, it's a full circle here at Wikipedia.
Explain that?
At Wiki University.
At Wikipedia. We bought the website.
Ooh, you got the dorm. I got the domain to wikipedia.com and wikipedia.net and wikipedia.gov. But it's the coveted.org I don't have yet.
It's not that coveted because they're constantly begging for money. So I don't know that it's as exciting to own as you think.
Well, regardless, guys, first and foremost, please rate and review us wherever you're hearing this podcast. And please remember to review us on
subscribe,
our socials. Subscribe as well.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wiki University.
I promise one day, one of these days, I'll come up with a solid opening line to let people know exactly what to do. Until then, I think we're just going to freeball it.
Today is not that day.
No.
Freeballing. Should we go to the article for freeballing?
You mean wiki intramurals? Are you trying to play a game of Wikiball?
I don't know what Wikiball is.
It's the latest crave. It's kind of like pickleball, but with Wikipedia subjects.
Freeballing sent me to undergarment. So
right, this has become low-hanging fruit.
Okay, well, let's get back up to higher learning here, Jheisson.
Yeah?
Yeah. Are you ready to get going with class? Or
I believe with glass?
Class.
With class.
Class.
Okay,
Jeez,
sorry.
Not with glass.
I've been watching a lot of Blown Away. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't, and I don't even want to talk about it. Nice try.
Okay.
Is it the glass?
You said you don't want to talk
show?
about it. I literally just followed whatever you said.
Perfect. All right. Do you want to dive in here?
Let's do it. I believe you brought a topic for us today.
Yes, and it goes along with that upper echelon of learning, that really higher thought.
Okay.
We've been doing a lot of heavy topics
Yeah.
on the podcast lately.
You have me at thought.
Great. We did the crab bucket
Challenge?
That's right. You dump crabs over your head to raise money.
I believe it was the crab theory. Crab
Bucket theory, or just crab theory?
No bucket, but yes, the analogy is with the bucket.
Yeah.
But I believe it's just called the crab theory.
Pretty heavy topic,
Or crab law.
all about society just pulling each other down. We talked about Pika.
If I can't have it, no one will. That kind of attitude.
Yeah, Pika is about people eating nails.
Now, is it Pika or Pika?
Oh, it might.
I've heard it. It's been a real back and forth, a real tug job.
You say Pika, I say Pika.
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 Let's
call. Turn the whole thing on. Is that the word?
Yes.
We've done some heavy topics, so I wanted to lighten things up here a little bit. My topic that I'm bringing to WikiU today is called, and this is a tough one to pronounce. This is a tough one to pronounce. It's Danish. And it's one of those European words that you're like, whoa, that's a really European word.
The Great Danes.
And it's Hundeprutterutchebane. Hundeprutterutchebane.
May I see it? May I try to pronounce it? Hundeprutterutchebane. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, good. And then the E goes to the other line even. I've missed the E, so it might be Bane.
And this is the Duchess of...
So this is the Duchess of the entire country. Yeah. Well, it's Danish, not Dutch, so it's a pastry.
I think you can still have Dutches from other places, right? Like, Dutches don't just come from the Danish, do they? This is earnest.
Did they even come from?
I couldn't even give you a more earnest question right now.
Do
Dutches just come from Danish from the Great
Well-
Danes, or Dutch? There can be like a Duchess of France, a Duchess.
I know there's Duchess, like the Duchess of York.
Okay. Is
There's
that-
different duchesses in England,
Okay.
but I don't even know if there's duchesses in what's Danish? Denmark. I don't know if there's Denmark duchesses.
I'm sure there are. That's.
All right. Well, we're never going to get to the bottom of this one, nor do we need to.
I feel like Duchess is like whoever uses like the euro
Mm-hmm.
also have duchesses.
I'll agree with that rule of thumb.
Okay.
Okay, so Hundeprutterutchebane.
Do you want to abbreviate it? Do you want to call it Hunder?
I think we'll call it by its British name or its English name. Jesus Christ. Let's call it by its English name, Dog Fart Roller Coaster.
Oh, that's an English name.
That's the translation.
The Christian name is.
The Christian name is Dog Fart Roller Coaster.
Is this an amusement park? Is this an actual ride?
It is a ride,
Okay.
a roller coaster at an amusement park.
Named after
Well,
which Duchess?
let's get into it. It's a Steel family roller coaster, so it's family friendly. The Dog Fart Roller Coaster
Okay.
at Bon Bon Land in southern Zealand, Denmark, approximately 100 kilometers from Copenhagen. The roller coaster is well known for its name and its unique dog flatulence-related theme. It is a good example. It's a good example, tasteful example of flatulence humor, which has its own article on Wiki, just flatulence humor. Here's the history and theme. Dog Fart Roller Coaster was the first coaster to open at Bon Bon Land in 1993. So they were like, we got to come out of the gate strong.
Dog Fart Coaster.
Bon Bon Land was opened in 1992 by a candy maker that manufactured disgusting sounding candy flavors. Hunderprutter, which means dog farts, was one of the most popular flavors and consequently became the theme for the first coaster of the park.
Okay, see, I feel like goes along the lines of like those jelly beans that you don't know how they taste.
The disgusting jelly bellies.
Like booger,
vomit,
and
and
chocolate
taint,
shit.
and
Yeah.
dog farts.
Yeah.
Which, who decided this is what a dog fart tastes like? Because you can smell a dog fart,
Right.
but that doesn't necessarily translate to taste.
A lot of your taste and taste buds are directly connected to your olfactory system.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
So you're
I'm
saying that can
it does
translate
relate,
to taste.
So it relates very closely.
What's more shocking is I think they must have nailed the candy flavor because it was wildly popular.
Right.
And for people to buy it, expecting it to be disgusting, and then having the reaction of, wow, they nailed this candy flavor of dog farts.
I think there's always a market for sick fucks out there.
The coaster layout is a relatively simple family coaster, and it is the park's smallest roller coaster. The coaster trains are designed in the shape of a dog named Henry Fart Dog. Henry Dog Fart. It doesn't really matter.
Please, Henry Fart Dog was my father.
I'm Henry Dog Fart.
Esquire.
He went to law school.
Henry Dog Fart, attorney at law.
And the dog theme is pervasive throughout the coaster's course.
Pervasive?
Pervasive.
In what way?
It is everywhere.
Okay.
Riders go past a statue of a defecating Henry the dog, through a kennel, and past bones and piles of dog feces. There are also speakers throughout the ride which make farting sounds.
Wow, this is like toilet humor to the nth degree.
Well, like Wikipedia said, this is a
Classy.
good example
This
of
is
flatulence humor.
Classy shit humor. This is like this is the Ritz-Carlton of shit comedy. You know, toilet humor, like as light blue as possible. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What do you mean
You know,
light
toilet
blue?
humor is blue.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like the classiest.
This is the
it's
classiest.
The light. It's almost white. It's like a pearl bluish.
Like a
white.
Toilet.
Like a toilet. Like
Yeah.
when you clean your toilet.
The beautiful shine of the toilet.
You leave that blue little liquid thing, but then after you clean it, it has a little bit of mix. You know?
That's this humor.
That's that kind of humor.
You hear people say it. They always say like, the Europeans, they really know how to do it over there, you know? Maybe American toilet humor, it's a little heavy-handed, but over there they just have a roller coaster themed for dog farts, but it's tasteful.
They make it like immersive.
It's quaint.
It's an experience. It's not just a visual gag. It's not a slapstick.
Right. They're not just falling over in poop. You're riding by the poop, and it's basically been created by an artist.
Sharding with grace is what they call it.
Wow.
Yeah, their website.
That's the translation. It's actually Hundeprutterutchebane.
Yep, that means sharding in grace.
There's a section on Wikipedia here called Reviews and Press Attention. Hundeprutterutchebane's unusual name and theme have attracted considerable attention. The coaster has been listed among the Travel Channel's quote-unquote 15 wacky roller coasters and is included in the Mental Floss article, 8 theme park rides I wouldn't wait in line for.
I mean, missed opportunity if to get into this theme park, or you should pull a finger, right? Like that's to get in.
Oh, you gotta
finger.
reach a finger of a certain height to get on the ride,
and then pull it.
Yeah, and
if
then
you can pull the finger, you can ride the ride.
Exactly.
If you're tall enough to pull the finger, yeah, you can ride it.
I like it.
They have a finger it, ride it rule.
That's a different ride, my friend. The coaster has also been described by a number.
Can also cause flatulence.
No, I think it holds it in.
I don't think so.
Rob Alvey with the Travel Channel described the dog fart roller coaster as having the most pure wackiness of any roller coaster. And Willy Valk with Gadling said that the coaster gives new meaning to the phrase, the wind in my face.
Because it goes so fast or because it smells so bad?
I think because of the fart wind.
Interesting. So do you think they're like constantly blowing, like there's vents blowing fart wind aside from the actual wind from a roller coaster?
I mean, you know, in this day and age of 3D senses, 4D senses, they better be blowing it with a little steam too.
4D fart, Dolby Digital.
Shower me in farts.
Right. They should just do that.
I mean, I think they're getting close. That's probably the next step. So that's the end of the article, Jheisson.
That's it? When did it start? What caused the
1993? It was created. Basically, it was kind of like the Guinness Book of World Records being created by Guinness. It was just a marketing ploy. So they got this disgusting candy. It's already popular. Let's use that IP to make a coaster. It's kind of like the Batman roller coaster on a different level.
Right, because the Batman roller coaster is just one roller coaster. They didn't make a whole theme park out of it.
Well, this is just one coaster.
But it's based in this, isn't it? I thought it was based in this amusement park that revolves around like flatulence.
I do not think the entire amusement park does. So I went to Bon Bon Land. Okay. Big surprise when I click on this link. Wikipedia is asking for money.
Wikipedia, come on! I'm on the way to work. I don't want to pay attention to you while you're yelling at me at the meeting asking for money.
Yeah, geez, poor Jheisson over here is in tons of student loan debt here. He can't be just forking it over to his own institution on another level.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll up my automatic window on you.
So Bon Bon Land is a Danish amusement park located, just where we said before. The history of the theme park, Miko Land, can be dated back to when the Danish sweets boiler, Michael Spangsberg, got an idea to produce candy brands with funny names like seagull droppings, dog farts, and pea diapers.
Pea diaper.
Okay, so
lemony fresh.
It does sound like all of their candies are disgusting. So let's continue on here.
Okay.
Early on, the candy brand became very popular and children wanted to visit the factory. which is in a small Danish town in the countryside, to see how the cheeky and delicious pieces of candy were made. However, the production of the candy had to fulfill some very strict regulations concerning hygiene, so the factory couldn't continue to offer visiting tours. As a result, Michael came up with yet another good idea. Feels like he wrote this article. To open a small bonbon land.
Okay, so he's just meaning he just came up with the idea of an amusement park based around his
Probably
candies.
based on Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, which has been around much longer. In 1990,
So he was like the edgy Willy Wonka. He's like the
yeah, I'd say he's like
Willy
in
Wanker.
In real life, he's like the edgy Hershey. Which that opportunity
was right there.
was right there.
It was right there. Yeah, Fudge King.
Interesting. Okay.
Just saying that, I feel like that could have been his name.
In 1992, the theme park opened with a mini candy factory, a cinema, a shop, and 4 small boats shaped like a duck in a small pond. Nothing disgusting so far.
Yeah, I thought it was like shaped like an ass.
Or a diaper.
Or a diaper, sure.
The park was
full diaper.
An immediate success with children, and over the years, many riders and attractions have been added, making despite with adult-oriented content and toilet humor throughout, Bon Land is one of Denmark's most popular children's parks. I like how they're like, this is adult content, this toilet humor. No kid could find this funny.
Okay, now do you think because of their theme that they let kind of have like a free-spirited, what do you say, like just type of situation when it comes to their bathrooms? Like, do they just not clean their bathrooms?
Or are there no bathrooms?
To keep it in the theme, do they not clean the bathrooms? Or they just don't have bathrooms and people have to shit like wherever?
Or,
just kinda, it's kind of like add to the art kind of thing, add to the aesthetics where it's like, yeah, just shit outside. It kind of like adds a little bit to the...
Or are the bathrooms designed already to look trashed, and then when people actually do, they just don't have to clean them? Like, you design a bathroom that looks disgusting. You're like, this is our thing. It's like a Disneyed up bathroom.
Right, right.
And then people come in, they trash the bathroom on their own.
But then then you won't be able to tell.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You save a little dough on the cleaning fees.
Okay, sharks.
You know how bathrooms are disgusting, don't you?
You know, with all the plumbing and all the water running.
But mostly the poop and the pee.
What if you can just avoid all of that?
By soaking everything in poop and pee. From the beginning, Bon Land has focused on experiences that the whole family could enjoy.
Yeah?
Today, Bon Land...
Like H-O-L-E?
H-O-L-E?
Yeah, the whole family.
Oh, yeah, the whole family. Whole family, party of 3?
I think we could be expecting someone else later.
Some more holes?
Some more guests in this hole.
Huh. I was talking about the number of holes, I guess, not the... Today, Bon Land has over 60 different attractions and numerous activities on offer. Among the most popular rides in the park, there are 4 roller coasters and 2 water rides. God, I do not want to be on the water rides.
One can only hope that the roller coasters like actively try to make their riders shit their pants.
Now, why would anyone hope that, Jheisson?
Because it's a part of the...
Why would anybody hope you get on the ride?
Because it's about the experience.
You got a guy next to you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, man, I hope I shit my pants.
That's what you come to Bon Land for.
It's coming out.
That's what you come to Bon Land for. You know what you're getting yourself into, so you can't cry over spilled milk.
I don't think it's spilled milk. Okay, so you're going to love this ride. Up until 1998, Bon Land had expanded its park to cover an area of 21 acres. When the beaver rafting course was finished in 1998, it was suddenly more than 27 acres. Then in 2003, in connection with the opening of something else, it got bigger.
Which opening got bigger?
The beaver rafting. Anyway, that's enough of this. We got to move on to something else here.
Do we?
Yeah, yeah.
No, more about Bonbon Land.
No.
What else is happening on?
All right.
When does it take place? Is this like a whole festival? Is this a weekend?
What do you mean, when does it take place? Have you been listening?
It's an amusement park.
Yeah, it's in place. It's poured concrete. It's not going anywhere.
What season? What's seasonal? Like, is it better to visit Bonbon Land in the winter or the summer? Do they have like a Bonbon Fright Fest?
I have no idea, but okay, look at this. We just talked about it. New amusements in 2010 are Sfingarum and a brand new 4D cinema. So
There you go.
They're rocking the 4D. That was 2010.
They must have 5D by now then.
Oh, that's a lot of D.
Yeah, you can never get enough D.
All right, we got to move on here, Jheisson. We're out of information.
Lead the way, teacher.
Okay. I wish there was a link to roller coasters. I wonder what the first roller coaster was.
There or period?
Oh, we don't have. I can just search roller coaster.
You have the power to do that. Power's yours. Command it.
Okay, a roller coaster. Everyone knows what a roller coaster is. The oldest roller coasters are believed to have originated from the so-called Russian mountains, specially constructed hills of ice located in the area that is now St. Petersburg, Russia. Built in the 17th century, the slides were built to a height of between 21 and 24 meters, which is 70 to 80 feet, had a 50-degree drop, and were reinforced by wooden supports. So it was basically an ice luge of sorts, sort of like bobsledding.
Yeah, 50-degree drop. That's
steep.
What?
That's steep.
50?
It's like this.
That's not steep. 90
That
is
is
steep.
steep. Dude,
90 is steep.
90 straight down.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
You're an
I
idiot.
don't think 50 is a lot. 50 is, half of 90 is 45, so it's pretty much.
In the 1700s, 50 was like unheard of.
But they're probably going 35 miles per hour.
That's very fast if you're just a person on ice.
I guess. I ain't no bitch. I'll try it. I ain't scared of ice.
Okay, built in the 17th century, the slides were built to a height of 70 to 80 feet, 50-degree drop, and were reinforced by wood. Later in 1784, Catherine the Great is said to have constructed a sledding hill in the gardens of her palace in St. Petersburg. Wow, Catherine the Great. Pretty fun lady.
Yeah, she likes to ski. She likes to powder her nose.
Roller coaster.
Wait, did she make a roller coaster or an ice luge?
They're calling this
The first roller.
the first roller coaster. I think probably because there's wood involved.
Okay.
But it doesn't say what they're on. If
'Cause
they're just going down on their butts.
Because there's no actual machine mechanism bringing them back up, going down.
Not what it sounds like. I could go to Russian mountains. Okay, they were the predecessor to the roller coaster.
Okay, the horse and carriage to the car.
Yeah, I have a feeling Catherine the Great wasn't riding down on her butt. I bet she was sitting on a slave or something.
Tits down?
Tits down? Probably by the 10th run.
Okay.
Maybe late in the season. That St. Petersburg cold, man. That'll get you. In 1827, a mining company in Summit Hill, Pennsylvania constructed the Mauch-Chunk Switchback Railway, downhill gravity railroad used to deliver coal to, okay, well, that's
kind of fun.
That's fun.
If your job consisted of riding a roller coaster to get the job done.
Yeah, that's fun. I have a feeling it went pretty slow, though. Railway companies use similar tracks to provide amusement on days when ridership was low. So now we're seeing the inspiration, I think, for...
The inspo.
Yeah.
Have you ridden a wooden roller coaster? How do you feel about it? How was that experience? You love them. They weren't too rattly for you? They weren't
the
too...
rattling's fun.
It helps?
Yeah.
Because it adds to the fear.
Well, it adds... It's kind of like that 4D feeling.
It's a sense of am I going to make it?
I don't know.
That's how I felt.
It's enjoyable.
I rode one, I believe, in Myrtle Beach, and it was straight up just white wood. And I think they painted it white.
Sounds like it was painted wood.
Yeah. Well, because it's rotting away.
Okay.
And it was the shakiest, most terrifying ride I've ever had. Like the what do you call it? The little lever that comes down.
Yeah.
It almost
Well,
it didn't feel
that
like
wasn't made of wood.
it didn't feel no, it was like a metal.
Okay.
But it was a very small little metal thing, and it didn't feel secure. It felt like that was shaking in itself, and it was very scary.
Every once in a while, when I'm on one of those type rides, and it's been a while, they would put it down and then do the check.
Sure.
And it always felt like we could go one more notch down.
Right.
Because
but it's like, do I want to hold my breath?
On these downhills, I'm like, woo, I'm like coming up a little bit.
That's how you just wrap your arm around any bar.
Oh, yeah.
Any bar that you see. Just hold on to your life.
But I like a good wooden roller coaster. I like a metal one, too, though.
Yeah, I'm off it. I'm off the wood. I'm off
Jheisson,
the wood.
You were just saying
I'm a big fan of
50
wood.
degrees is nothing, but you can't handle a different material?
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of wood.
You're a coward. By 1919, the first under-friction roller coaster had been developed by John Miller. Over the next decade, roller coasters spread to amusement parks around the world and began an era in the industry often referred to as the Golden Age.
The golden age of roller coasters?
Of roller coasters in the industry.
In the industry, right.
One of the most well-known from that period is the historical Cyclone that opened at Coney Island in 1927. Do you want to go to the Coney Island Cyclone?
Yeah. Have you ever ridden it? I've never been to Coney Island.
I haven't either.
No.
It's too far out. Anytime I've been to New York, it's...
Right, because it's not New York City. It
seems far. The Coney Island Cyclone, also known as the Cyclone, is a wooden roller coaster at Luna Park in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York City. Designed by Vernon Keenan, it opened to the public on June 26, 1927. The coaster is on a plot of land at the intersection of Surf Avenue and West 10th Street. The Cyclone reaches a maximum speed of 60 miles per hour and has a total track length of 2,640 feet. With a maximum height of 85 feet. 60 miles per hour on a wooden roller coaster. Not bad.
Not bad at all. You know, I believe I heard that John Mulaney and Pete Davidson bought Coney Island? Or there's some
Are you
sort
thinking of Colin Jost and Pete Davidson bought a ferry?
Yeah. Oh, that's what they did. But it goes from Coney Island.
A Long Island ferry or something.
Does it go from Coney Island to...
I don't think they get to control. I think they
only
own
control the ferry.
It's been decommissioned. They don't control the routes now, too.
They don't control the water. When you buy the boat, you don't get the water.
Nah,
kind of like when you buy the house, you don't get the land.
You said they don't get the water, and then you said kind of like when you buy the house, you don't get the land.
Well, I'm sorry, kind of like how you would buy a house and you would get the land.
Well, they didn't get the water.
That's a bad deal.
You know, I don't know that those two need to own a ferry.
Oh,
damn.
You're getting attacked by birds.
Bird just slammed into the window. Okay, I want to go to incidents here. At least 3 people have died after riding the Cyclone.
Whoa.
On May 26, 1985. Wow, that's a lot later than I expected. I thought these were all going to be like opening year.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like the next day, the next opening day.
Right. On May 26, 1985, a 29-year-old man was killed when he stood up and hit his head on a crossbeam. All right, that's on him. On August 23rd, 1988, a 26-year-old man was killed after falling from the coaster. The man, a maintenance worker, was the only passenger and was riding in the back seat during his lunch break. Apparently, avoiding the safety bar, he was seen standing up as the train began its descent down the first hill. All right, I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't stand up on a roller coaster unless it's a standing roller coaster.
Hey, first off, don't take your lunch break on the roller coaster.
Terrible place to eat.
Start with that. Like, let's just back it up a little bit.
The ride was closed after the incident, but was reopened a day later after safety inspectors concluded that it was safe.
And the cleaning crew.
Yeah, really. Man, that's going to take some mopping.
Wait, and that roller coaster, obviously, it didn't go upside down, right? It was just one of those.
Yeah, I don't because I'm pretty sure it's made of wood.
What was the first upside down roller coaster? The one that did a little swoop, a little loop-de-loop.
All right, now
The
I
first
gotta go
loop.
back to.
Where's the
Wait.
first Lupe? Little Lupita.
Let's see.
Because I feel like that is also like the next progression of roller coasters.
That
Or types. It
I
became
think
a different
metal,
type.
probably metal, and then they're like, well,
Right.
metal can go upside down.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what I meant. Like, especially because after magnets and stuff.
Oh, is it magnets that keeps it on the tracks?
Well, nowadays, yeah. A lot of it is a magnet-based roller coaster. I only ride magnet-based roller coasters. I don't just trust the wheels.
I don't know.
Because they have wheels and magnets.
I just assume they're locked into the track.
No, there's definitely magnets involved.
Huh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like as a safety precaution, I feel like.
Great. All right, so I am now on inverted roller coaster.
Okay,
That's upside down.
Okay.
Inverted. An inverted roller coaster is a roller coaster in which the train runs under the track with the seats. Oh. Well, I take it back then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, so inverted, you idiot. It just means that instead of like you're on top of it, is you're hanging.
You're
from it.
hanging. Okay.
Right. Much like and also like the Batman ride, for instance, was like
That was like the
similar
first,
to
I
that
feel.
because not only do you hang from it, you're not even sitting down hanging from it. You're like laying down and then you're hanging. Very dangerous, very cool. Do you not remember Batwing?
I do.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
not Batwing. Just Batman the Ride, right?
Batman the Ride? What the fuck is that?
It was a roller coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey.
Oh.
And it did like a corkscrew, and you're hanging. It was an inverted roller coaster.
But you're hanging sitting down?
Yeah.
What I remember
Like
is
this. See the chair?
No, see what I remember. Maybe try looking up Batwing, which I believe that was the name of the roller coaster where they have you sit down like if it's a real roller coaster, and then the chair like reclines, so you're down so you're on your back almost, and then when you go up, you flip, so that you're like flying like Batman, like you're gliding through. So
Okay, I'm on the Batwing. It's a steel flying roller coaster. Wow, a flying roller coaster?
Yeah,
I'm
that
clicking
one-
on flying briefly.
was
Flying roller
wild.
coaster. Whoa, look at this one. It's dipping in water.
that's kind of cool.
A flying roller coaster is a type of roller coaster meant to simulate.
Oh, stimulate
No,
too.
that's a different type of seat.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
Yep. Simulate the sensations of flight by harnessing riders in a prone position during the duration of the ride. Oh, so you're like
I got
out
prone.
like that. Gotcha. You're
Yeah.
prone and stimulated.
I got prones. In different area codes.
Does that work? I don't know. Okay, so the Batwing is a steel flying roller coaster built by Vekoma at Six Flags America in Prince George's County, Maryland. This is nearly identical to Nighthawk at Carowinds. However, that ride has a slightly different ending and different paint scheme.
Wow, so you're saying that roller coaster that I described, that's the only one in the U.S. and it happens to be in like Maryland?
What do you mean the only one? No, it's nearly identical to Nighthawk.
Right. But in terms of like every Six Flags does not have a Batwing roller coaster.
Here you go. Batwing is the only one still operating under its original name at its original park since Nighthawk originally opened at California's Great America as Stealth. So they just rebranded. So there are other ones.
That one was wild and fun.
Okay, I think this is the first looping roller coaster.
Okay.
And it's way earlier than I expected.
Can I guess a year?
Yes, but I don't know that I have an exact year.
Okay.
But you can guess. You can guess a year. Go on.
1952.
1833.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that.
So this is the centrifugal railway. So we're in the gray area of roller coaster versus train.
Okay.
It was the name of a number of early looping roller coasters that were built in Western Europe in the middle of the 19th century. These rides were very similar in their basic designs to many modern-day shuttle roller coasters, but with only one lift hill and no launch. So basically, they would go uphill, they would go downhill, do the loop, and end. So kind of like a fully Like you see the skateboarders or the cyclists go through a half pipe that's a full pipe.
So you always go full pipe.
The size of these centrifugal railways differed. Some were purported to have vertical loops at a mere 6.5 feet, while others were estimated to be 40 feet, although as described below, early coaster designers were prone to cases of gross exaggeration. It was not long after the creation of the first wheeled roller coasters in the late 18th century or early 19th century that the first roller coaster inversion was designed. This first design was created in 1833 by some engineer, and it was not implemented into a functioning ride until more than a decade later. I'm guessing that whole decade after he invented it, it was mostly his children going through it. These guys always try to mount on themselves and their children.
The family is the guinea pigs.
And I like it that way.
Sure, endanger yourself before you endanger others.
A more permanent outdoor version called the Centrifugal Railway, the first permanent looping roller coaster, was installed at the...
Again? Permanent looping?
Roller coaster.
I just see it as like it just permanently just loops. There's no beginning, there's no end. It's just a circle.
You're just stuck. You die in there.
And live.
The coaster had a 43-foot drop and a 13-foot loop, and that was in Le Havre, which is in France, near Normandy. So anyway, that's the history of roller coasters. I mean, what a summer episode we've done here.
It's a great summer episode. What's the last roller coaster that you've been to?
God, it's been a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't
amusement park. Then if you can't remember the roller coaster specifically, what's the last amusement park you've been to?
I want to say the last coaster I was on maybe was at the Mall of America in Minneapolis.
Oh, was that the one that's inside of the mall?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
It was, it was fun for what it is. I think it's pretty underwhelming.
Right, because it's no Batwing.
Yeah, it's no Batwing. You need some space to spread out. You can't be doing that in a mall. Although all these malls are shutting down, they should just turn them all into amusement parks.
Indoor amusement park,
cool,
right?
Because you get like crazy turns and stuff going through an old gap and through it. You get like the shirtless dudes decked out inside the ride.
Mannequins?
From the what's the store with all the shirtless dudes? Abercrombie. You get some like old Abercrombie models.
Hold on, if your store had actual shirtless dudes, I don't think they work there, man.
You never saw the
shirtless?
Maybe
shirtless.
It was just in New York City.
There's no way they're shirtless. There's no way. There's no way.
In New York City, the Abercrombie studs would stand outside of the store shirtless. Shirtless.
I don't see that happen.
Let me find a picture right now.
A tank top, maybe, but shirtless?
Yes.
Shirtless.
Yes. You're such a prude. You're so offended by
the male nipple outside of a outside of a storefront.
There you go. See, they used to stand out front, shirtless. I bet they did it in LA, too. I mean, this is the home of no shirts. Well, I just ruined my search history. Thank you, Jheisson. Shirtless. Anyway, that's the episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please come back for a little bit more knowledge and a lot more stupidity.
You're welcome.
But last thing, please don't forget to... You got to remind the good people. Like, subscribe. Please like and review wherever you hear this podcast. And if not, just share it with a friend or an enemy.
Yeah, share it with an enemy. Bye.